Financial U Video Session 3, Managing Income, Outgo, and Budgets. Credit cards are as addictive as any other substance abuse problem. You can master the credit card debt monster with baby steps. Where do you start? When the engineers were tasked with designing the lunar lander for the mission to the moon, the project seemed overwhelming. How do you design an aircraft to operate in zero atmosphere? An aircraft with no air. A formidable undertaking. For you and for most of us, bringing our budget under control is also a formidable undertaking. We've all seen photography of man's footprints on the moon, so we know they did succeed. How? They took the larger problem and broke it down to as many smaller problems as they could, and when they had solved those, they had the lunar lander. By the way, did you notice the lander spacecraft had long legs and sat tall and required a ladder to dismount? It was designed with the assumption that billions of years of dust would be measured in feet instead of the approximate 1 inch the footprints show, an accumulation in the range of 6 to 10,000 years. Maybe the cosmos is not that old after all. Maybe God does exist. Let's look at your budget like the moon launch. Let's break it down into baby steps and solve the easy parts first. Budgeting is part science, part art. It is trial and error. It is a daily, weekly, and monthly battle to win. It does get easier with a few successes under our belt. You can master it in baby steps. It involves self-discipline. Shudder. That sounds intimidating and discouraging. But as you know, by the inch, it's a cinch. Just as the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, no one expects to conquer the debt monster in a single battle. Rather, using the baby step tactic, we will do it in bite-sized chunks, one success at a time, over a period of time. Impulse spending is usually the root of the problem. The advertising and marketing budgets for the U.S. runs into the billions of dollars annually. They are crafted to make you dissatisfied with your perfectly good phone, auto, furniture, wardrobe, and dozens of other things. It comes down to this: their billions will master you unless you take charge of your life and dramatically resist. Dave Ramsey has famously said, if your outgo exceeds your income, your upkeep will be your downfall. We are trying to assess where we are now financially and seek ways where we can do it better. If we don't develop a plan to do better, you could say doing nothing is very much like a plan to fail. More on that in session 12. It will help if you can picture in your mind you in the future where you are enjoying financial peace and comfort, a time when the necessary short-term sacrifices will make it all worthwhile. We need to develop a daily pep talk for ourselves to be forearmed against the temptations we will face and not give in and indulge in the budget buster enticements that are sure to come our way. Learning self-talk will be developed and expanded in session 13. Again, do it in private or they will think you have issues. We have all struggled with too much month left at the end of the money. We can do better. Let's have a look. We can go in two directions. First, what can be done to get our income up? Part-time job? Ask the boss if there is any opportunity for you to work extra hours. Also consider the possibility of a second part-time job elsewhere. Remember, we are facing an uphill situation at this point, and a second income can be a part of a short-range solution. And what can we do to get our expenses down? Let's look at expenses. You have housing costs, rent or mortgage payments. We have to have a place to live. We have to eat, so there are groceries and eating out. Eating out is expensive. Where can we cut down? No pain, no gain. Then there are utility bills, car payments, or other transportation costs. There's clothing, laundry, dry cleaning, and shopping for new clothes and other things. There are dentists and things needing repair, and entertainment. Credit card debt. Let's start there. Get out your last credit card statement and look at it line by line. Do you see anything, any purchase you might label as non-essential? Any cases of impulse spending? Any potential for trimming? Is there an entry for interest you are paying due to carrying a balance? Chances are the interest rate is from 18% to 25% and sometimes more. This may be the place to start. You will not be able to earn that kind of return on the money you manage to save. On getting our income up, we will explore in greater detail in session 6, increasing your value to your employer and to future employers. Success begins in your mind, and it is a process, and how you view it will become the new you. Within a short time, you will become the person who, with the goal firmly in mind and in ascendancy and control, will begin to win the battle each day, because that is who you are, who you have become. You may want to reconsider your life plan after session 15, pulling in double harness, the 2-paycheck advantage. How do you respond to frustration? Impulse buying is one way, a very expensive way. We can learn to say no to ourselves. The whole area of character building is lifelong and never ending, and the benefits are also never ending. The denial of indulgences is temporary. Postponement is progress. Driving the old car for another year is progress. Eating more at home is progress. One daily victory leads to another is progress. So here is baby step 1. We must begin to learn to live at a profit. It is easier to reduce outgo than to increase income. We'll begin there. As we have said, get out your credit card statements and go over them with a fine-tooth comb. Be ruthless. First, restaurant charges. If your friends eat out a lot, chances are you will too. Next time, why your friends are your future.